This conference will now be recorded.
My screen is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So, flash fill. Flash fill is nothing but when you give the one pattern to your cells, so in the same pattern, so it autofill your cells. That we call it as autofill option. For example, so I'll take some names here. Sienna, so in between I have some space here. So now I need a name in a one column or the surname or the initial in the another column. So what I will do, I'll type your Sia in the one column and Ram in the another column. So instead of typing that name and surname or the initial, just select the cells. After selecting the cells, in a home tab, you have the option editing here. Okay. So in editing, you have the fill option is there. So I'll just click on this fill. You have the flash fill. So otherwise you can use the shortcut key Control E. Control E is the shortcut key for flash fill. So I'll just click on enter option. Okay. So what I will do, I'll select here. I'll use Control E. Any doubt till here?
No, ma'am, that's cleared. Yeah,
Okay.
I was making a mistake there.
Okay. So select it. After selecting it, when you want to replace any values, press Ctrl H. Otherwise, in a editing option, you have the replace here. So just click on this replace option. Find what? I want to find the space in the data. So I'll use a space here. After that, I want to replace with ash. So I'm using here ash. Any doubt till here?
No doubt, ma'am, cleared.
Okay. So just click on replace. That's it.
Okay, ma'am, I understood.
Okay, that's fine. So the next topic we are going to learn, that is sort and filter. First I'll explain you the what is sort, and after that we'll go for the filter option. Sort is nothing but when you want to arrange the text, okay, ascending or a descending order, nothing but A to Z or Z to A format. In that time we are using the sort option. And when you want to arrange your data highest to lowest marks or the lowest to highest, in that time we are using the sort. Any doubt regarding the meaning of a sort? If you want, I'll explain it one.
No doubt, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll type some data here. So I have some data here, so I'll type some marks here. So I'll use 35, 35. So I'll select the data. After selecting it, make it center align, Times New Roman, all borders. Okay. So I'll select the data here. After selecting the data, so in a home tab, you have the option sort. So when you select the text, automatically by default, it can you see your sort A to Z or Z to A. Depending upon your requirement, you can select here whether you want to sort your data from A to Z or Z to A. Now I want to sort my data A to Z. So when I click on this A to Z, so sort warning, okay. By default, it will select the expand this selection. So when you select this expand this selection, click on sort option. Can you see here A, B, J like that? Okay, it will sort the data, nothing but A to Z format. If you want Z to A format, select the data, click on this sort option. You have the option here Z to A. Just click on this Z to A, expand the selection, click on sort option. Okay, with the marks, it will sort the data. When you click on that, expand the selection. If, for example, when I click on the sort A to Z, instead of expand the selection, if I click on this continue with the current selection, okay, it will make the changes only for the names, not for the marks. Okay, what I will do, you can see here Tarak 45 is there. When I select here continue with the current selection, click on sort option, you can see here it will make the changes only for the selected data, not for the marks. But when you click on the sort Z to A, when you click on this expand the selection, you can see here Arjun is 45. When you click on this expand the selection and sort, so it will change with marks. This is for A to Z or Z to A. When I want to highest to lowest and lowest to highest, which is related to your number, select the data. After selecting the data, you have the option here smallest to largest or largest to smallest. I want to sort my data largest to smallest. So I'll just select here largest to smallest. I don't want to continue with the current selection. I just click on this expand the selection, click on sort option. You can see here 96 Nakul J like that, it will sort the data. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Okay, fine. The next one is filter. What is this exactly, filter? Filter is
Ma'am, can you
nothing.
show it once again?
Yeah, sure. Which one, highest to lowest or the whole thing? Hmm? Okay, fine. I'll show it the whole thing. Okay. Now, when it is related to your text A to Z, when it is related to your number, highest to lowest or lowest to highest. First, I'll show you for option here, editing. Here you have a sort and filter A to Z and Z to E. So when I want the data A to Z format, just click on this A to Z, expand the selection, click on sort option. So A to Z format. If you want highest to lowest or lowest to highest, select it, click on sort and filter. You have the option here smallest to largest. So I'll click on this smallest to largest. Click on sort option. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Okay. Please say yes or no, guys. The next one is filter.
Yes,
Filter
ma'am.
is okay. So filter is nothing but when you have a large amount of a data, but if you want to display the particular or the specific information, in that time we are using the filter option. What is filter? When you have a large amount of a data, when you want to display the specific information or the specific table, okay, in that time we are using the filter option. So I have some data here. So you can see here order ID, product, category, amount, date and country. Okay. Okay. So for example, how to insert the filter? Now I want to display the data which is only related to fruits. Only which is related to fruits, and I want to specify some countries, like I want Canada, Australia, France, German. The remaining country I don't want to display in my table or in my sheet. So what you have to do, first select it. You can select only one column, no issues. Okay, or one row or the one cell. After selecting it, you have the option here filter. You got the meaning of filter? No, what do you mean by filter?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So you have to select any cell here. After selecting this cell, pop up the button. You have the option here filter option. When you click on this filter, or the shortcut key is Control plus Shift plus L is the shortcut key for inserting the filter to your table or a data. So I'll click on this filter option. So now when you insert a filter, can you see a pop-up button on your right side of each column? So what you have to do, so first I'll click on this pop-up button. So I'll just deselect it. So I want to display the data which is related to fruits. So I'll just click on this fruit. I'll click on OK button. So it is displaying only which is related to your fruit. Now I'll come to country. I'll pop up this button. I'll deselect it. After that I want Australia, France, New Zealand. Then I'll go for Canada. I'll select the required data. After selecting it, click on enter option. So it will display only the required information. Okay. So now date. I'll pop up this button. I'll just deselect it. Now I want a Jan data, March, May, July, September, November, December. So you can select the required month. After that, click on OK button. So it will display only the selected months. Any doubt regarding your filter option?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So how to remove the
No, ma'am.
filter for your data or a table is you can use Control Shift L. Control Shift L is the shortcut key for inserting the filter or for removing the filter to your table. So I'm using your Control Shift L. You can see here. When you want Control Shift L, you get the pop-up button. Control Shift L. So this is all about your what? Sort and filter. The next option, the remaining option, the upcoming classes we are going to learn about these formulas and functions. So find, replace and select all. What is the shortcut key for select all?
The arrow key on the top left bottom.
Okay. So you just when you click on this, it will select the whole sheet. If I want to select the entire table, you can use Control A. Control A is the shortcut key to select all. So Control F is used for find option. If you want to find a word or the particular cell, okay, in that time you can use find option. For example, I'll select a small data on this and go to the sheet one. So I'll use a Control F here. So I'll type here some names. For example, I'll type here Jiva. Can you see here? When I click on this find, so it will select that cell. You can see here when you click on find all, book 1, sheet 1, and this is the cell address A9 and the value is Jiva. Okay, like this you can use the find option. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So these are the information which is related to your home tab. Okay, so except this we have discussed everything. Okay, the upcoming classes we are going to work on this formulas. Then I'll go for insert tab. So can you tell me what do you mean by chart? Any one of you? Yes guys, what is chart?
Ma'am, could you repeat the question?
What do you mean by chart? CHART? Chart.
Ma'am, it's a visual representation of data.
It is a visual representation of your data. Okay, good. Can you tell me types of
Ma'am, there's a
charts?
pie chart, there's bar graph also. Bar graph would
Pie chart, bar
actually not.
graphs.
Okay,
Yes.
only the bar graph is the chart.
Ma'am, pie chart is also there.
Pictorial
Fine.
graphs also, ma'am.
Okay,
Histogram, ma'am. Histogram.
good.
Histogram.
Okay, okay, fine. So graphical representation of your data or information, we call it as a chart. Example, pie, column, area, line. After that, stock, radar. So one by one we are going to learn. Okay. representation of any set of a data. A chart is a visual representation of a data in which the data is represented by symbols such as bar, line, area, column, stock. So depending upon your requirement, you can use the chart to represent your data. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Next. So one by one we are going to discussing regarding this chart. Column chart, line chart, pie, bar, area, stock, surface chart, radar, combo chart. What is combo chart? No idea. More than one chart. Okay, we call it as a combo chart. And pie chart. Sorry, we are going to learn about pivot chart. So we are going to discuss regarding this chart elements. Okay, x-axis, y-axis, chart title, data labels, data table, error bars, grid lines, legends, and trend line. So one by one we are going to work on it. First I'll go for practical. So your fifth assignment is regarding sort and filter. Okay, so I'm going to check it on Monday. Okay, tomorrow you don't have a class. Monday your assignment should be ready. Okay, now I have some data here, so which is related to sales for the first quarter, so which is in a lakhs, product, Jan, Feb and March. So I want to represent my data in a column chart. So I'm using here, I'll select the data. After selecting the data, I'll go to the insert tab. So you have the options here. So one by one we are going to work. First I'll go for 2D and 3D. Okay, so I'll select here 3D column chart. So I'll just keep it here. Okay, now. So if you want to increase the size of your chart, you can increase the size of a chart like this. So when you insert a chart, you'll get two extra tabs here, chart design and the format. First I'm going to explain you the chart design, where you have a different types of styles here. You can select whichever you want.
Ma'am, can you show it again?
From starting, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have some data here. So for the first quarter of a sales, so I'll select my data or the table. After selecting the table, click on insert. Okay, you have the option here, column chart. First I'm going to discuss with the column chart, then we'll go for the remaining. So I'll select here 2D or 3D. So I'm selecting here 3D column chart. So when you insert a chart, you can see here, you can increase the size of a chart. You can move the chart from one place to another. You can decrease or increase the size of your chart. And any doubt till here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So when you click here, you don't get that two extra tabs, that is chart design and the format. When you click on your chart, you can see a chart design is there, format is there. So in a chart design, you have the option here. You can select here. You have different styles. So whichever you want, you can use it. So I'm selecting this. So after selecting this, so can you see a chart title? So we have the chart title. This is the labels and these are the grid lines. So one by one we are in depth we are going to work. Okay. So you know about x-axis and y-axis.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine then. So what I will do, can you see a plus option? This plus option we call it as a chart any elements. What is this chart elements? You can add, remove or change the chart elements such as the title, legend, grid line and the data labels. When I click on this plus option which is chart elements, we have a axis title, chart title, data labels, data table, grid lines, legend. So first I'll go for the axis. Can you see your axis? 100, 80, 60, 40. These are the axis. These are the y-axis and these are the x-axis. Jan, Feb, March. When I click on this, can you see an arrow here? Click on this. You have a primary horizontal, primary vertical. If you don't want it, you can just deselect it. Can you see here? Just so if you want, you can select it. Any doubt regarding the axis, the first point?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
You can see here. What is axis? Chart typically have a two axes that are used to measure and categorize the data. A vertical axis also known as a value axis or a y-axis and the horizontal we call it as a x-axis. So after that, then I'll go for the axis title. You can give the title for your axis, for the y-axis as well as x-axis. Now it is not showing because it is deselected. So I'll click on it. I'll click on this button. You can see a primary and horizontal. Primary and horizontal. That is y title, y-axis title, x-axis title. So if you don't want for vertical, you can deselect it. You can see here now. If you want, you can select it. Now, I'll just click on this. I'll give the name for this. So this is the sales. And for x-axis, I'll give the name as a month. Can you see here? So what it is exactly? Axis title. Axis title give the understanding of the data of what the chart is all about. So we have given the y-axis title, x-axis title. Do you have any query regarding this axis titles?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So if
Ma'am,
you
if you
don't want,
don't, ma'am, excuse ma'am, if you don't want y-axis, how to delete it, ma'am? Y-axis title.
you can click on this now and deselect here. It's all about select and deselect. See
Okay.
here, if you want horizontal, if you don't want a horizontal, deselect it. Can you see here? You don't have that
Yes, ma'am.
title. So if you want, you can select it. Select and
Okay, ma'am.
deselect. Okay. Now,
Okay, ma'am.
so now I'll go for chart. Can you see here? When I deselect this chart, can you see here? It is not showing the chart to us. So I'll just click on this. Will show you the chart name. You can give the chart a name here. So when you click on this, you have the option here, above center, center. Okay. As per your requirement, you can select here. So I'll give the name for my chart, sales for the first quarter 2024. So if you want, you can select it. You can increase the size of it. Okay. You can change the font style here. You can change the color of it. can make a bold of it. Any doubt regarding your chart title?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So
No, ma'am.
when you create a chart title box appears above the chart. Okay. Then we'll go for, I'll click on this. I'll click on this plus option. Then we have a chart labels. When I give the chart labels, exactly it will show the sales 45, 65, 32, 65. This we call it as what? Chart labels. So what exactly it is? Data labels make a chart easier to understand because they show the details about a data series or its individual data points. So it will show you the individual data point 45, 65, 32, 65. So this we call it as what? Data labels. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I'll just deselect it because I don't want to show it. So I'm deselecting it. Next we have a data table. What is this data table? Whatever data table, the whole table is there, no? It will appear in this sheet. Nothing but in this chart. So I'll just decrease the size of chart. When I click on this, I'll use a data table. I'll click on this data table. So my chart is not visible. Just increase the size of your chart. Can you see here? This is the table and this is the chart. This we call it as what? Data table. So data table can be displayed in a line, area, column and the bar chart. Follow this, okay, the steps to the insert a data table in your chart. So when you want to insert the whole table in your chart, you can use a data table. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll click on this plus option. I don't want to show it, so I am using here deselect the data table. Now the next, I'll click on this plus option. I'll just deselect this access title. Next, grid lines. Can you see these lines, guys, which is in a ash color, the small lines?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the grid lines. So when I select it, I'll click on this. If you want measure vertical, horizontal, can you see a small lines? These are the grid lines. So in a chart that display the axis to make the data easier to read, you can display the horizontal and the vertical chart grid lines. Okay. I think you know about that graph sheet. No, in that graph sheet also we have the grid lines. Okay, I'll just deselect it. If you want, you can select it. So then you have a legend. What is this legend? Can you see here? So soap is in a blue color. Then we have a hair oil in a orange color. Then we have the remaining whatever the product are there. So it is showing you the color of it. So this we call it as what? Legend. When you click on this, when you deselect it, you can see here. It will display only the data. So I'll just click on this legend. I'll click on this. If you want top, left, bottom, so select depending upon your requirement. So I want it in top. If I want it in left, it will display the data in the left. If I want it in a bottom, I'll go for the bottom option. So these are these chart elements: axis title, chart title, data labels, data table, grid lines and legend. Do you have any query?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So after this, when I click on this, can you see our option? The chart tiles, so chart styles. So whatever we have discussed here, same options are available here also. You can select the color of it. For example, I want it in this color. you can see here. You can set the color here. You can change the color here also. If you want, you can set the color here. I'll click on this styles. If you want, you can click on this. This is style, chart styles. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I'll click on this. So I'll just, can you see a filter? So for example, when I want to uh, like I want to graphically represent the required information. So in that time, what you have to use? You can use the filter option, that is chart filter. So I'll click on this. Can you see? Instead of selecting all, I want to display or I want to visualize the data which is related to a particular item. Like I want a hair oil, hair serum, compact, shampoo, eyeliner. So I selected some particular product here. After selecting this, if I don't want to show the Jan or Feb something else, you can deselect the data here. Click on apply option. So it will apply the data, only the selected data. Got it, or can I explain it once? Which is related to your chart filter.
Got it, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I want to display the whole thing, so I am selecting the entire thing. I'll click on apply option. And you can see here, when I want to display the data which is related to only a lipstick, okay, just click on this. When I want, 1 minute. So you can see here, when I select here soap, it will display only which is related to a soap, body lotion. So this is also used for your filter. Any doubt? So
No,
I'll
ma'am.
just click on this. Now, so if for example I'll add one more data here, like I'll go for so I'll use it here, some 54, 62, 30. Okay, but it is not displaying in your chart. Can you see here? It is there in
Yes,
your
ma'am.
chart.
No, ma'am.
Okay, what do you have to do? So click on this chart design. Can you see a select data option? Chart design. When you deselect your chart, it will not show you guys. So select your chart first. Click on this chart design. You have the option here. Select data. So when you click on the select data, can you see here? You can just select the whole data. What you have to do is chart data range is there. No, just remove this and select it again. So I'm selecting the one more, that is lip balm. Click on OK button. Can you see here now? Any doubt, or can I explain it once?
No, ma'am. Got it.
Okay, fine then. So now, so I inserted the column chart. Now I don't want this column chart. I want to convert into another chart. Can you see a change chart type option? So click on this change chart type option. It will display all the charts here. So it is in the column. I'll convert into a bar chart here. So I'll click on this bar chart. You can select whichever you want. Click on OK button. Okay. You can see here. So click on this change chart type option. You can select the line. Select this or whichever you want. Click on OK button. Any Any doubt?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. So this is, I'm explaining the whole thing for only for column chart. Remaining, I'll just insert a chart to you guys. So column and bar is done. If you want to delete it, select it and click on delete option. No doubts? Okay. So the next one is click on the line chart. So I have some data here which is related to month, and I have some 3 products here. Okay, so I'll select the data. After selecting, I'll click on this insert. I'll click on this line and area. So I'll select here line chart. So you can see here. Okay, same options are available where you can view the chart styles. You have the elements, x-axis, y-axis, chart, title, label. Okay, so all these things options are available for you. Okay, you can just go through this. If you have any query, let me know. So the next one is, I'll go for pie chart. I'll select it. I'll click on insert. Click on this pie chart. Okay, it will display the pie chart for you. Same thing, area chart is there. Stock chart. Okay, you can select the data. After selecting it, click on this insert. You have the option here. Stock chart. Scatter bubble is there. Can you see a stock chart? Click on this. So it will display the stock chart for you. Same thing, bubble chart is there. So select your data. Click on insert. Click on this bubble chart. Okay. So surface chart. Okay, the upcoming classes we are going to learn about this pivot chart and pivot table. Okay. Any doubt regarding your chart?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So this is your 5th assignment. 5th or 6th assignment?
Fifth has completed, ma'am. This is sixth, ma'am.
6th. Okay. So you have to create at least 5 chart with a different data, not the same data. Okay. For each and every chart must have a different data. You have to create 5 chart. Is it fine for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then.
Yes, ma'am.
So Monday I'm going to check your practical assignments. Okay. The next one. So the next option we are going to learn, that is sparkline. You know about a sparkline? Okay. Sparkline is nothing but when you want to insert a graph or any chart within a single cell, we are using the sparkline, where we are going to insert a chart, line, column, win and loss. First I'll go for line. Got it now? What do you mean by sparkline?
Yes, ma'am.
So you can see a sparkline is a tiny chart in a worksheet cell that provide a visual representation of your data. Okay, within a single cell you can insert a chart. Okay, so first I'll select my cell. After selecting it, I'll click on this line option. After selecting it, I'll click on this line option. So you have to select the data range. So I'm selecting here Jan, Feb, March. Okay. After selecting, can you see a location range? Already I selected F3. You can see here I'm in the F column and 3 row. So click on OK button. Can you see here the data? You just select it and drag it. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Ma'am,
Please
once
Ma'am,
explain
can
it
more.
you
once.
explain it again?
Yeah, sure. So what you have to do when you want to when you want to graphically represent your data within a single cell, we are using the sparkline option. Sparkline has a three types: line, column, win or loss. So first you can select it, or you can design. You have to select this cell first. After selecting, in the insert tab, you have the option line, column, win or loss. First I'll go for the line one. Okay, you can see a sparkline or a mini chart placed in a single cell, each representing a row of a data in your selection. So I'll just click on this line option. Any doubt till here?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So after that, already I selected the location range. If you want to change it, you can change it. Data range. So I'll click on this. My data is horizontal or a row wise Jan, Feb, March. So I'll select Jan, Feb, March. Can you see a OK button? Click on this OK button. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Ma'am, I did not understand the data ranging.
Data range, you are selecting this data. See here. Select it. Insert. First I'll show it for column wise. So I want to create a chart for, okay, see a mini chart for my Jan data. So I'll select the cell first. So you can select line or column, no issues regarding that. For this I'm selecting the column. Any doubt till here?
No, ma'am.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now listen to me carefully. Data range. You have to select the data, no? So I'm selecting the Jan vertically now. Nothing but column wise I'm selecting the data. If you want, you can select row wise, no issues regarding that. But I'm selecting it column wise. You have to select the data to represent it. Okay. Click on OK button. Now you got it, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Got it,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay, fine then. So I'll select it and just drag it. Okay, you can see.
Mom, can you show the win or loss once more, ma'am?
Yeah, I'll show it for first. I'll go for the line, then I'll show it for win and loss. Okay. I'll click on this. I'll go to the insert option, line. I'll select the data range row wise. That is Jan, Feb, March. That is SOAP 1. I'll click on this OK button. Now can you see here? So after that, select it and drag it. Any doubt regarding your column and line?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see here? Some of the data is in a negative. Okay. So I'll select my cell. I'll click on this insert. I'll click on win or loss. Data range, I'll take it in horizontal. Click on OK button. So all these things are in the positive. When I drag this, can you see the negative are in the red color? Okay. This is the use of win or loss option. Got it,
Got it, ma'am.
What about other people? If you
Understood,
want,
ma'am.
okay, fine then. So if you want to clear it, when you insert a spark line, you'll get one more tab, spark line. You just click on this clear option. So first you have to select the data. After selecting, click on spark line, clear. Select it, clear option. So this is how we use the spark line. Okay, it is a mini chart where we are going to represent our data within a single cell. We'll call it as a spark line. We have a three types: line, column, win or loss. Okay, so this is your seventh assignment, that is spark line. So the next, any doubt till here?
No, ma'am.
Am I going fast?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine then.
Ma'am, for the assignment, you have given totally 7 assignment,
Assignment.
ma'am.
Ha.
In that, for one assignment, in one sheet one, next second assignment sheet two, like that we have to do or separate, separate, ma'am?
No, sheet 1 for spreadsheet 1, for a second assignment spreadsheet 2, or a sheet 2, 3, third sheet, like that. For chart, maintain a separate workbook. Okay, in a separate workbook, first chart sheet 1, second chart sheet 2. Got it? Now the remaining you can go for sheet 1,
Okay.
sheet 2, sheet 3, sheet 4. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
okay, fine. So these two things, slicer and timeline. So while explaining this pivot table, I'm going to explain it. Slicer will work as a filter, and timeline to filter the date related data. In that time we are using the timeline option. Okay. So see here, use a timeline to filter a date. Okay, interactively. So for slicer, to filter your data, it will work as a filter. So upcoming classes in depth we are going to work on it. The next option is link. So you receive some link, no, in your mobile or for other, like in your systems and all, you'll get a blue color link, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here you can link to another file, another workbook, okay, or another website. Okay, first I'll show you how to link with the another file. So select the selector, whole table, selector, whole column, the heading, whatever you want. After selecting it, can you see a link? Link and hyperlink, both are same. Okay, create a link in your document for the quick access to the web pages and the files, that we call it as a hyperlink, and the shortcut key for that is control K. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I'll click on this link option. So I have to select the other file. So I'm selecting here. Okay, so I have some data here which is related to your journal entries. So I'm showing with another file. After that I'll go for the another workbook. So I'll click on this journal entry, click on OK button. When you give the link to your table or a heading, so it convert into a blue color. So how to open it? Just left click on it. What you have to do? Just left click on it. You'll get a Microsoft Office identified a potential security concern. Click on yes option. So it will open that selected or the linked file. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Ma'am, once again.
Okay. So I'll just right click, I'll click on remove hyperlink. Okay. Select it. You can use control K, otherwise insert tab, can you see a link option? Just click on this link. So you have to select the file. So I'm selecting the file here. I'll go for some other files. I'll select here Power BI. So I'll click on this get data. I'm selecting here Excel file. You can select the Excel file, PowerPoint file, whatever other files you have. So select that. After selecting it, click on OK button. So when you link with the another file, the heading or the selected data will be converted into a blue color. How to open it? Do you have any query till here? If you want, I'll explain it once.
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I'll just click on this, left click on it. Just left click on it. So click on yes option. You can see here. Okay. You can link to another file. So how to remove it? Right click. You have the option here, remove hyperlink. No doubts? So today we have discussed regarding the chart, sparkline, then link option. Okay. And the remaining options you know about it. Picture, shapes, icon, 3D model, smart art and the screenshot. If you don't know, I'll explain it to you.
Ma'am, what is that screenshot, ma'am?
Screenshot. Okay, fine. For example, when you want to take a screenshot of any of the data, for example, first you have to open it. So I want to take a screenshot of tally. So I'll open the tally first. So now I want to take a screenshot of only the gateway of tally. The remaining I don't want. I want only the gateway of tally. So I'll open this first. I'll open an Excel. So now I'll go to the insert tab. Can you see a screenshot? When I click on this, it will show you the available window. Okay, when I click on this available window, you can see here, it will display the whole data or the whole window. Okay, but I want only the gateway of tally. Okay, I want only the gateway of tally. The remaining things I don't want. For that purpose, just select it and I'll delete it. I'll keep the cursor. I'll select this cell, insert, illustration, screenshot. Can you see a screen clipping? So click
Yes,
on
ma'am.
the screen clipping. Wait for few minutes. Then you have to select the required data. Okay, just select it. You can see here now. Any doubt? If
No,
you
ma'am.
want, I'll explain it.
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So the leftover is pivot table, then pivot chart, slicer and timeline. The upcoming classes we are going to in depth. We are going to work on these three things. So this is all about your what? Insert, So if you have any query, let me know. We'll have a discussion on that point. I'll give a 2 minutes of time to you.
Ma'am, in Excel, ma'am, how do we get the existing file which we have already saved, ma'am? That you show, ma'am.
Okay. So can you see a file option, ma'am? So open
Yes,
option
ma'am.
is there, no? Otherwise, the recently opened files are there. Otherwise, click on open option. You can see here all the existing files already saved. When you want to continue with the same file, open that file and continue working on it. Got it, or can I explain it once?
Got it, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Give me a 2 minutes, so I'll take attendance. So do you have any query? Other people?
Excuse
No,
me, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, pa.
Ma'am, how we have selected now the screenshot, no, ma'am, from going to other file.
Okay.
Instead of that, ma'am, can we select it from our gallery, ma'am, directly?
Directly you can't, ma'am. Okay, the thing is, first you have to open that path or that document or the particular information. After that, you can take a screenshot of it.
Okay, ma'am.
Got it, or can I explain once?
Got it, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So, page layout. So, in a page layout, so I'll select some data here. So, in last class, we have discussed what is the shortcut key for to convert the data into a table. Can you tell me what is the shortcut key?
CTRL plus T.
Sorry.
Control plus T, ma'am.
So control plus T is the shortcut key to convert your data into a table.
T.
Okay. So first I'll press here control T. So my table has a header. I'll click on OK button. Okay. So I'll click on this page layout. You have a different types of themes here. Okay. What is this exactly a themes? So we'll have a discussion on that. So document themes make it easy to coordinate the colors, font and graphic formatting effect across your Word, Excel and PowerPoint documents and update them quickly. So every time what we will do for table, we'll select it. After that we'll change the font style, the color of your font, bold, italic and the alignment. Instead of that, click on this page layout, you have the option here, themes. Okay, so in the themes you have the option, okay, different types of themes are there. So where it will quickly apply the color, style, size, everything. So I am selecting here wood type. Can you see here the changes? If you want, you can change the color of it. So you can change the font. Okay, you can go for this themes. Any doubt or can I explain it once?
No.
Okay, fine. So when I press Control P, we set a margin. No, when I use a Control P here, we set a margin for my pages. Normal margin, wide. Okay, so all these things we have discussed. Same options are available in your page layout. Page layout tab is all about your print preview. Okay, so I'll just click on this margin. You can set normal, wide, narrow. So I'll just click on this custom margin. What is the use of custom margin? Yes, anyone of you? Guys,
We
as
can
per
we can
your,
change according to our interest, ma'am.
yes, good. Okay, so custom margin is nothing but, okay, as per our requirement, we can set the margin for my pages. Okay, so here left it is 0.7 is there. So I'll increase by 1.2. Top I'll increase by 1. Right I'll decrease by 0.5. Bottom I'll decrease by 0.5. So click on OK button. So you can set the margin to your pages according to your requirement. That we call it as what? Custom margin. If you want a normal, you can just click on normal. You can see your print preview. So here 1.5 is there, top 1, half and here half. Just click on this normal margin. Any doubt regarding your setting of a margin for your pages?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I think we have discussed regarding the page orientation. So can you tell me how many page orientations are there?
Ma'am, there are two, portrait and landscape.
Okay, good. So when you want to convert your data into a portrait, you can go for portrait. If you want, you can go for landscape. When you use a Control P, so click on this option. You have the landscape. You can see your preview. Okay, click on landscape. You can take the print in a landscape. If you want a portrait, you can go for portrait option. Okay, then you can set the page for your sheet. Okay, if you want to print it in a A4, you can go for A4. If you want to print it for the remaining things, you can select here B5, okay, A5, letter. Okay, I'm selecting here A5. You can see the changes in the print preview. Okay, so I'm using your A4. Use escape. Any doubt? So this is
No, ma'am.
page margin, page orientation and page size. Okay, we have discussed till here. So the remaining will continue from next class. So I want to ask you some questions. Can I ask you some questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.